Story 1. The website has compiled psychology topics into easy-to-read modules. Psychology professors at universities prepared the modules to support free education for students. You can download the modules you are interested in as portable document format files as often as you want. All of this is free. Story 2. The Noun project has a wide selection of icons. I use them for presentations. Story 3. OpenLearn from the Open University in the United Kingdom offers free courses for all levels of study, samples of university materials, study skills, and tie-ins to British Broadcasting Corporation documentaries. All content is available under a Creative Commons license, so you can use it as you see fit. Story 4. Credit to Reddit user submain for a post about the best free software. Two-dimensional editing, Krita, OpenTunes, your FanView, GIMP, GNU Image Manipulation Program, Pixlr, Inkscape, Paint.net, Medibang, Three-dimensional editing, FreeCAD, Blender, Magica Voxel, MakeHuman, Fusion 360, SketchUp, SolidWorks/Inventor, Students Only, Video Editing, DaVinci Resolve, Handbrake, Source Filmmaker, Lightworks, Video Player, VLC, Videoland Client, Assemblayer, Kodi, Plex, PotPlayer, Ina, for macOS only. macOS is the Apple Macintosh operating system, physics simulation, Algodo, streaming, OBS, Open Broadcaster Software, Streamlabs Open Broadcaster Software, Audiobook/electronic book, Chapter and Verse, Calibre, Networking, FreeNAS, pfSense, OpenVPN, Open Virtual Private Network, Map, Network Mapper, Compression, 7-Zip, Code Editor, Visual Studio Code, Notepad++, Vim, Sublime Text, Atom, IntelliJ IDEA, Integrated Development Environment, Office, LibreOffice, Audio, MuseScore, Audacity, Operating System and Infrastructure, Apache, Linux, Ninite, Browser, Firefox, Google Chrome, Brave, Virtual Machine, VirtualBox, Proxmox, Torrent, Qubit Torrent, Sonar, Radar, SABNZBD, Maps, Google Maps, Google Earth, OpenStreetMap, Languages are Python, Game Engines, Unity, Unreal Engine, Godot. Story 5. Flight Radar 24 allows you to see live air traffic. Story 6. 1AM Auto is a car parts supplier. Their videos show exactly what tools and parts you need and how to do a repair yourself. They are a great way to save money if you do not know much about car repair. Someone I knew was going to be overcharged by a mechanic for a water pump replacement originally quoted at $700. After watching the video, they did the job themselves for $30. It also makes the job quicker, since you know what tools you need for your particular car. They are not the best source for parts. This is just about their videos. For parts, RockAuto is a great option. If you need an item faster and have an advanced auto parts store nearby, order online and pick it up in the store. They almost always have a coupon online for at least 20% off, which you can apply and pick up about 30 minutes later, saving quite a bit compared with buying in the store. For those who are not mechanically inclined and do not want to do the work themselves, use RepairPal to check a repair quote and make sure the price is reasonable. It gives a general idea of what you should expect to pay in your area. It is not perfect, but it helps prevent overcharging. Some shops take advantage of customers, so this will help you know if a quote is fair. Story 7. Here are some free certifications and courses related to almost every field. Story 8. The United States Postal Service and the United Parcel Service will deliver free packaging boxes, envelopes, bubble wrap, and other packing supplies to your home. It does not cost anything, and you can receive up to 50 boxes at a time. Story 9. Unsplash is a site where you can get free photos of almost anything, provided by the photographers themselves, for you to use as you like. Story 10. If you are in the United States of America and you earn less than a certain amount of money, currently $69,000. You can use the same software to file your taxes for free. The system is called Free File, and companies that sell tax software are trying to make it difficult to find. Do not let them. Story 11. Zotero is a lifesaver for students. It stores your sources, imports them into a bibliography in any citation style you need, and creates in-text citations in your paper. It saves hours of work. Story 12. Most large universities have their courses online for free. Massachusetts Institute of Technology OpenCourseWare. Story 13. Terms of Service. Did not read. A free site for people too lazy to read the entire terms of service. Edit. This is a crowdsourced project, so please contribute if you can. Story 14. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is available if you have a child younger than 5. They send an age-appropriate book once a month. It is amazing. I have so many books for my daughter since I signed up, and she loves getting them in the mail. It is not available everywhere, but it is worth checking whether it is available in your area. Thank you. Much appreciated. Story 15. The Anki flashcard app for laptops is effective for committing information to long-term memory and is free. Story 16. Do you want to know whether a picture on the front page of Reddit is photoshopped? Takes some skill to use, but the website provides tutorials. Story 17. Windy provides weather reports with detailed graphics. 10-Minute Mail provides quick disposable email addresses for signing up to untrusted sites. Personal Computer Part Picker helps with part selection when building a computer. OpenCourser allows you to search for online courses. Flight Radar 24 enables you to track flights. I will add more once I find them in my bookmarks. Story 18. Skipleg.com is a flight search website. It is so good that United Airlines sued them and lost. They exploit pricing manipulations that airlines use. For example, if you want to go from Phoenix to Atlanta, sometimes a ticket from Phoenix to Fort Lauderdale connecting through Atlanta is cheaper. The website finds those flights for you. Do not check a bag. A succinct article highlights tips and risks. Use it sparingly and you will be fine. The website creator participated in an Ask Me Anything on Reddit 5 years ago. Story 19. Canadians can get a free Canadian flag that was flown on Parliament Hill, but there is a 40-year wait. Story 20. Library Genesis is a great place to look for and download college and university textbooks for free, as well as other books. As commenters have pointed out, it has unfortunately been blocked in some countries. Using a virtual private network or the Onion router can help in this case. My apologies. Story 21. If you have an education email address through your school that uses Google Mail, you receive unlimited Google Drive storage. Story 22. My 1990s Television. This novelty website uses YouTube videos to simulate watching television in the 1990s. You can specify the year and choose categories when changing channels. It is nostalgic and can absorb you for hours. There are also My 1980s Television and My 1970s Television websites. Story 23. Wikipedia's reading lists often contain a useful collection of relevant information. However, for in-depth research, it can be hard to find proper literature. Wikipedia always cites its sources, which are often the most relevant for a topic. Unless you are researching for your Doctor of Philosophy degree, you can save a lot of time on literature research. Story 24. I am an astronomer. You can look up all the satellites flying over your house tonight, including the International Space Station, the Hubble Space Telescope, the Starlink satellites, and other satellites, complete with star charts and precise timing. The website is called Heavens Above, and there is an Android application, but unfortunately no Apple iOS application as of the last time I checked. For Apple iOS, I use Sputnik, which is free and shows those passes overhead. It should be noted, by the way, that many, if not most, of these objects are visible even in a city during a good pass directly overhead. Go outside and see some cool sights. Story 25. I recently found this on a Reddit community. Use it. I swear. You can isolate vocals, drums, and bass from MP3, which stands for MPEG-1 Audio Layer 3, files. You will need an email address to download the isolated files. Instead of using my own address, I used a 10-minute disposable email service to download them. Today, I isolated the vocals from a song, and they are surprisingly good quality. However, the service is desktop only and is not intended for mobile use. Enjoy. Story 26. If you use Reddit, Reddit Enhancement Suite is a must for desktop browsers, with many quality of life options not available on the standard site. To browse Reddit discreetly, try these tools. Microsoft Outlook It makes Reddit look like your email inbox. Microsoft Word It makes Reddit look like a Word document. Code Reddit or Reddit Shell make Reddit look like source code. Subdued makes Reddit look like a Wikipedia article. Stack Reddit presents Reddit as Stack Exchange. Story 27. Nanite. One place to select what you want installed without all the hassle. I use it for freshly formatted personal computers to reinstall everything. A few people asked how to remove unwanted software. Personal computer decrapifier. Thank you for the platinum, gold, and silver. I have my very own Christmas tree. Story 28. Last time this was posted, I learned about letterboxing, a fun free outdoor activity from Atlas Quest. Libby, the free library application for audiobooks and ebooks, and free meditation retreats at the Dhamma website. I am definitely saving this post. Story 29. I am going to save this like I saved the other 100 useful Reddit questions I did not know I wanted answered, and never look at it again. Story 30. Reddit coins are available now. Just upvote posts and you may get some. Story 31. Top Class Actions is a website that lists active class action lawsuits you might qualify for. I have used it for trivial things like suing Red Bull for a free case because it did not give me wings. On a more serious note, it made me aware of the suit against Equifax for leaking my data. That settlement should be worth over $100. It is a good way to hold corporations somewhat accountable and obtain money or freebies for wrongdoing that went under the radar. Too long, did not read. It is essentially free legal money. Story 32. Your local library almost certainly allows you to access free ebooks and audiobooks via Overdrive, the Libby app, Hoopla, or BorrowBox. All you need is a library card and a personal identification number, which you will probably need to get in branch. Is there ever a bad excuse to go to a library? The selection may be limited, but if you want to spend a little, you can get a year's out-of-state access to the Brooklyn Public Library for $50. It is not free, but it can be much cheaper than Audible, especially if you listen to audiobooks frequently. Story 33. YouTube lessons that teach you how to do anything your heart desires. Story 34. Massive open online courses. There are thousands of college courses available for free. Some cost money, but most offer a free audit option that includes all videos, lectures, and materials but not a certificate. If you do not need a certificate, you do not have to pay. I have taken several computer science courses. I took several Coursera courses on machine learning and Harvard's Computer Science 50 course. I learned a lot of software engineering and web development from free courses. Another course I plan to take is NAND to Tetris, which teaches how computers work, from primitive Boolean algebra to fully functional operating systems. Look them up. Story 35. Codecademy is an excellent site to learn how to use various programming languages. It does not cover the most advanced topics, but it is a good place to start. Story 36. Google Maps and Waze are so useful. It still blows my mind that they are free. Waze shows ads when you are stopped, but it is free and has many great features. The more popular features have slowly been added to Google Maps as well, such as speed trap reports and current speed and speed limit. Story 37. Photopea is a Photoshop clone that is completely free, with an unobtrusive side banner advertisement that can be removed with a one-time payment. It includes all the basic features of Photoshop and uses essentially the same interface. If you are familiar with Photoshop and need to complete a task quickly, this is an excellent option. Best of all, it runs entirely within your web browser. There is no installation, no local files, and not even an account or sign-in required. Story 38. Coolmath Games. My first gold came from a blast from the past. Thank you so much. Story 39. In the United States, state controllers' offices maintain databases of unclaimed funds. Enter your name or someone else's name. I found $9, received a check, and recovered $1,000 for a friend. Story 40, Sci-Hub, provides free access to almost all scientific articles without paywalls. Story 41, shout out to the Reddit freebies community. This thread is their time to shine. Story 42, Google Maps, navigation app, google.com/maps. Blender, 3D modeling software blender.org. VLC media player, video player videoland.org. The Windows snipping tool, screen capture tool, support.microsoft.com. Space engine, space exploration simulator, spaceengine.org. Wikipedia, online encyclopedia wikipedia.org. MuseScore, music notation software musicScore.org. Audacity, audio editing software, audacityteam.org. Handbrake, video converter, handbrake.fr. Zotero, reference manager, zotero.org. Desmos, online calculator, desmos.com. Calibre, ebook manager, calibre-ebook.com. Notepad++, text editor, notepad-++.org. Visual Studio Code, code editing software code.visualstudio.com. Stud.io, Lego Simulator Studio.bricklink.com. Search Everything, instant file search software voidtools.com. Latex, document preparation system, latex-project.org. Overleaf, collaborative latex editor, overleaf.com. Internet Archive, contains music, movies, books, software, games, and web pages, archive.org. Linux, Apache, PostgreSQL, and GNU compiler collection. Operating systems, web servers, databases, and compilers linux.org, apache.org, postgresql.org, gcc.gnu.org. Discord, chat and communications software, discord.com. Open Broadcaster Software Studio, streaming and recording software, obsproject.com. Krita, digital painting and design, krita.org. Our programming language, statistical computing environment, our-project.org. pfSense, firewall software, pfsense.org. OpenSense, firewall software, opensense.org. TrueNAS, file server software, truenas.com. GIMP, digital image design and editing, gimp.org. OpenSAD, 3D model scripting software, openscad.org. Malwarebytes, malware protection, malwarebytes.com. Unity, game design software, unity3d.com. Draw.io, online diagram software, draw.io. Paint.net, image editing, getpaint.net. 7-zip, file archiving, 7-zip.org. Plex, media server and streaming, plex.tv. LibreOffice, document editing suite, libreoffice.org. KeePass, password manager, KeePassest.info. DaVinci Resolve, video editing and color correction, blackmagicdesign.com/products/DaVinci Resolve. Inkscape, vector art software, inkscape.org. Google Apps, Google Document Suite including Docs, Sheets, and Gmail, google.com. Duolingo, language learning, duolingo.com. Darktable, photo workflow similar to Lightroom, darktable.org. Music player Daemon and Mopedy, free and open source music server software, musicbitty.org. mopedy.com. FX Solver, SciMath, Mathway, math and engineering problem solvers, fxsolver.com. Scimatage.com, mathway.com. Recover, restores deleted files, ccleaner.com/recover. Python, programming language for scripting, python.org. Fubar 2000, freeware audio player, fobar2000.org. f.lux, adjusts monitor color and brightness for day and night, justgetflux.com. Fusion 360, 3D CAD CAM design software, Autodesk.com/products/fusion-360. Steam, platform for game distribution, store.steampowered.com. Shazam, identifies playing music, shazam.com. Audio router, sound routing tool, github.com/audiorouterdev/audio-router. Arduino, open source electronics platform, arduino.cc. LMMS, music production studio, lmms.io. Kodi, entertainment center software, kodi.tv. Git, version control system, git-scm.com. Cakewalk, digital audio workstation, bandlabie.com/products/cakewalk. Greenshot, screen capture tool, getgreenshot.org. Your fan view, image viewer, editor, organizer, and converter. earfanview.com. TeamViewer, remote desktop software, teamviewer.com. Firefox, web browser, mozilla.org/firefox. Wireshark, open source packet analyzer, wireshark.org. DiskSavvy, visual disk space analysis, disksspacefan.com. Beyond Compare, compare files and directory trees, scootersoftware.com. VNC server and viewer, remote desktop software, realvnc.com. TightVNC, remote desktop software, tightVNC.com. Ubuntu, Linux distribution, ubuntu.com. WinDirstat, graphical disk usage analyzer, windirstat.net. Oracle VirtualBox, open source hypervisor, virtualbox.org. PuTTY, terminal emulator supporting multiple protocols, grk, greenindeed.org. UK/sgtatum/PuTTY. ShareX, screenshot and productivity tool, getsharex.com. Ninite, installs and updates many apps at once, ninite.com. Rufus, creates bootable USB drives, rufus.ie. GNU Octave, open source MATLAB alternative, gnu.org/software/octave. SpaceSniffer, visual disk space usage tool, uterzo.it/main_products/space_sniffer. Story 43, classic movies for free on YouTube, film noir, science fiction, monster movies, drama, and cartoons. Story 44, Club Penguin rewritten. Everything is unlocked, membership is free, and there are no chat filters. Story 45, live cameras for watching all kinds of wildlife. Story 46, for fun, pick 2 random topics and try to get from one to the other by following hyperlinks within the articles. You will end up reading a bunch of interesting material. Story 47, if you are still in school, visit the Success Center, Job Center, or Writing Center, whatever your school calls it. These services are there to help you, and few students take advantage of them. Story 48, Creative Commons search functions on websites like YouTube and Google allow you to find music that has no copyright restrictions on its use. If you want to make a YouTube video with music that will not result in copyright claims, these tools can be a lifesaver. Story 49, Camelcamelcamel is a useful site for tracking online prices to help you get the best deal. Black Friday is a myth and the sales are not good at all. Story 50, music is something we take for granted in this YouTube era, but just a few decades ago music was not accessible to most people, and even the wealthy did not have access to all types of it. Now globalization has given us countless options. Story 51, if you are an avid reader like me, then Freebooksy is a godsend. Lots of electronic books are free for a limited time, and you can sign up for newsletters in the genres you prefer. Story 52, use Khan Academy for almost everything. It is free knowledge that you can use to prepare for college-level examination program exams and earn credit for university courses, or to invest your time in a worthwhile topic. Free quality education is the best education. Edit. I went to take a nap and this post received the most upvotes I have ever gotten, and I received my first Reddit Silver Awards, 2 of them. You all are awesome. I will start reading through the responses now. I also received a Reddit Platinum Award and am at a loss for words. Thank you. You all have offered great ideas. It is incredible how a small comment can spark such interesting conversations. Story 53. If you are at all interested in learning three-dimensional modeling or animation, check out Blender. The program is entirely free and recently received an update to version 2.8, which makes it much more accessible to beginners. A search on YouTube will lead you to many free tutorials to help you get started and possibly develop a hobby. There are also many free add-ons and a large amount of content from other Blender users. The Blender Stack Exchange is very active, so if you get stuck, feel free to ask a question and you will usually receive an answer quickly. Story 54. A few financial ones. Please note, I am not affiliated with these in any way. I just use them and think they are great tools for managing online shopping, budgets, and life. They all have free apps. Privacy.com is awesome. I absolutely love their service. It allows you to create credit cards on the fly that are site-specific, set a spending limit on them, make them one-time only, and more. You can create a separate credit card for every site you shop on and be comfortable knowing that if a site is hacked, your card is not compromised. It is also super handy for free trials that require entering a credit card. Mint is a great budgeting site from TurboTax. It allows you to create a budget and then automatically categorizes transactions from linked accounts to show how you are doing with regard to your budget. It is easy to set up and adjust and really helps monitor where your spending is going. If you have concerns about TurboTax, you may choose not to use Mint. LastPass is a great tool for managing passwords. Everyone should use unique passwords for everything, which makes them impossible to remember. LastPass manages them for you. Story 55. New computer? Ninite can install all the software you need and more with one quick, easy-to-use installer. It is free of charge. Story 56. Wikimedia Commons provides rights-free searchable photos for educational purposes. Story 57. Duolingo. I have been using it for quick Spanish lessons with my morning coffee for a couple of years. It does not replace the need to take classes for college credit, but I recently had to take a course and it was a breeze. It teaches a few hundred languages, and the mobile app makes it easy to practice anywhere while waiting. Story 58. Let me tell you about an application called Reddit. I have learned many things from this application. The best part is that it is free, advertisements can be skipped, and you can get help with almost anything. Story 59. Many books are available online for free. Some may not be entirely legal. If you do not mind the legal risk, read on. I owe a large part of my degree to Indian lecturers who posted lectures on YouTube. Some did a much better job than my professors. Story 60. One really good comment was deleted. It said, compiled from a couple of similar threads. General. Virus total upload files and links to check for malicious content. Manuals.lib, a large library of manuals. Will my phone work? Check if your phone is compatible with a given carrier. Mailinator public disposable email inbox. Any address can be used and read by others, so not private. 10-minute mail, temporary email address that self-destructs after 10 minutes. Useful to avoid spam. Library Genesis, a large collection of ebooks, useful for college material. Just Watch search which streaming services offer a movie or show. Supercook, enter ingredients you have and get recipe suggestions. Moby Greatest free music for independent films and non-promotional videos. TinEye reverse image search to find an image source or higher resolution versions. Project Gutenberg, over 57,000 free ebooks. Corona Labs resources to learn to code. Library of Babel, a site that generated descriptions of everything. Free campsites, listings of free campsites. OpenStack's free college textbooks in portable document format. Board button, click to be taken to entertaining sites. Recover Your Life, help for people struggling with self-harm, suicidal thoughts, mental illness, eating disorders, and abuse. Technology and Internet. Ninite, select programs and get a single installer that downloads and installs the latest versions without extra junk. PC Part Picker plan and price personal computer builds and track price changes. Have I been pawned? Check if your personal details have been compromised in a data breach and sign up for alerts. Code My UI examples of web interface elements you can use. Dirty markup, cleans and formats messy code. Product chart, compare technology products visually. HTML color codes from image, upload an image, click a color, and get the hex code. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Cloud convert between many file formats, including obscure ones. Free Code Camp, learn to code with free tutorials. Entertainment, Radio Garden live radio feeds from around the world via an interactive map. Radio, pick a country and a decade to listen to music. Amiv TV and film database with advanced search options. No.d recommendations for music, books, and movies based on your tastes. Off-Liberty tools for downloading online media. Education, Paperator online proofreading, grammar checking, and plagiarism detection. Desmos, graph equations, and visualize math. HiNative, ask language questions to native speakers. Lang 8, have your writing corrected by native speakers. Mathway, solves math and chemistry problems and shows steps. Westegg inflation calculator, compare the value of money across years. Slater, textbook solutions that explain how to reach answers. Debitopedia, pros and cons for many topics. Sheldon Brown, detailed bicycle repair and maintenance guides. Other. Windy TV, real-time, visually rich weather maps. XRX, exercise reference for beginners. MyFridgeFood, enter what's in your fridge and get recipe ideas. This to that, recommendations for adhesives and materials to join items. VoteSmart, look up politicians and their voting records. Useful Interweb, a curated list of useful websites. Is California on fire and where is California on fire? Wildfire status and locations. Free Food Guy, ways to find free food. Rhyme Zone, find words that rhyme. Unsplash, free high-resolution images. Prepaid SIM Wiki, information on getting a prepaid subscriber identity module with data while traveling. BugMeNot, shared throwaway accounts for sites that require registration. GetHuman, ways to reach a human when calling a company. Rentometer, find rents for nearby apartments. Rome to Rio, plan travel between almost any two addresses worldwide. Hyperphysics, physics explained and mapped as a tree of concepts. Review Meta, screen Amazon product reviews for potential fakes. Music map, chart related musical artists. Dark Site Finder, find dark, low light pollution regions on a world map. Story 61. Courses on how to write software are increasingly needed. Demand for software jobs will likely remain high. Story 62. Moving Picture Experts Group, Audio Layer 3 Juices converts YouTube videos into audio downloads. It is completely free. Story 63. Personalized Jim Beam sticker. They sent you one for free. Story 64. I heard this online and I am going to try it soon. Basically, you add +1 or +2 before the @ sign in your email address. The website should recognize it as a new address, but messages will be delivered to the original address without the plus tag. This should allow unlimited trials using a single email address. Story 65. Nexus Mods has thousands of video game modifications made by independent content creators, available to download at no cost. I recently downloaded a number of mods for a new Fallout 3 playthrough. The game still crashes every 15 minutes, but it is still very good. Story 66. Cards Against Humanity Online. That shit helped me survive high school. Story 67. Google Rewards lets you earn money from Google by answering questions. It requires some personal information. You can use the money to buy applications and movies, and to make purchases within applications. It is available only for Android devices. Story 68. Morse code enables communication with anyone in the world at no cost and without advertisements. Story 69. Bearshare and LimeWire offer many free songs, but they can also distribute viruses. Story 70. Upvotes are rarely used. They are free and can give you 250 coins. Story 71. Go to your local library and ask the same question. Libraries are usually partnered with various online sources for free content. It is incredible what they might have. My library is partnered with Hoopla, which offers ebooks, audiobooks, television shows, movies, and comics. Story 72. I just started using Blender, an open-source video editor and animation tool. It is good for making YouTube videos. Story 73. Have I Been Pawned is a free service that lets you check whether your email address or passwords have been exposed in any published data breach. Check at least once a year. If your email appears in the database and your password appears in the breach records, change your password. Story 74. CorruptMyFile.com. Students who have not finished their assignments can email corrupted files to their teachers to buy themselves some time. Story 75. You can write letters to yourself or to other people in the future. I personally love this type of self-reflection and self-support from my past self. This way, I will always have someone wishing me a happy birthday, even if it is just my past self. Story 76. If you make under $66,000 per year, you qualify to file your taxes for free through myfreetaxes.com. I have used it since I got my first job, and not enough people know about it. Story 77. Waifu2x is a photo upscaling tool. It can almost perfectly enhance any photo or artwork. I cannot do it justice. Check it out and try it for yourself. Story 78. If you are learning mathematics, 3 Blue 1 Brown is hands down the best YouTube channel I have seen for helping you understand the concepts. It is like mathematics meets Bob Ross. Story 79. I'm available to talk if anyone wants to chat. If you're stressed, I can offer words of encouragement or some much-needed sage wisdom, all for the low price of nothing at all. Story 80. Free Rice is a simple educational game. The difficulty increases as you build longer streaks of correct answers. Each correct answer converts to 10 grains of rice, or the approximate cost equivalent, funded by advertisements that appear during the game. Playing registers activity on the site. The site uses that activity to determine value to advertisers, and the advertising revenue funds the food purchases. Free Rice does not earn or keep any of the money generated. It is not just rice. The funds are used to purchase many types of assistance based on local needs, help feed the world, and improve your brain too. Story 81. The Mindful Awareness Research Center at the University of California, Los Angeles Guided Meditation Series is free and helps you reach a better place, even if you are a beginner and struggle with meditation. Story 82. Coursera has a ton of free courses online from a wide range of universities, including Ivy League schools. I've taken a few about stock trading, the future of energy, and even some languages. You can follow the curriculum week by week or binge the material if you want. The classes offered change often, and there is always something interesting. Story 83. Everyone knows Wikipedia is free, but did you know you can download the entire Wikipedia to view offline? Kiwix lets you download Wikipedia and other wiki sites in any language for free to view anytime and anywhere. It is available for Windows, Apple, and Android devices. If you do not have enough space on your device, you can download versions without images or video for a much smaller file. I recommend downloading Wikavoyage to your phone before any vacation as the ultimate travel guide. Story 84. If you live in Canada, you can order a free portrait of the Queen. Story 85. Upvoting every post you see right now in the Hope Reddit gives you free coins. Story 86. Kind of redundant, but Reddit is a very valuable resource, whether for educational purposes, news, or, well, porn, I suppose. It is also useful for crowdsourcing ideas for an article, paper, or project by asking people in the AskReddit subreddit. Story 87. On YouTube, you can learn any craft or skill for free, from A to Z. You just need to know how to find good material. On the National Center for Biotechnology Information website, you can look up medical research. If you are considering surgery or another non-essential procedure, you can review the data and make a better decision instead of spending a lot of money consulting specialists. See a doctor when you have made up your mind. Story 88. Wikipedia provides free, accurate information. It is unbiased, excellent for general knowledge, and contains practically everything you need. Story 89. Try using a streaming site. They had every movie, including Avengers Endgame, 5 days before it premiered in theaters in high definition. Make sure you have an ad blocker. Story 90. OpenCourseWare is basically college without tuition, although it does not offer a degree. Story 91. Helsedirektoratet.no is a Norwegian state-run agency that sends 15 free condoms by mail when you place an order. Story 92. This is an obscure one. If you look for the local water treatment plant that supplies your area, it often shows a map of how the water is distributed and the path it takes to your neighborhood. Trace it back to your house and take a motherfucking shower, you filthy animal. Story 93. Over 1,000 upvotes. 1. Google Maps navigation app. 2. Blender 3-dimensional modeling and rendering software. 3. VLC Videoland client, video player. 4. Windows snipping tool, screen capture tool. 5. Space engine, space exploration simulator. 6. Wikipedia, online encyclopedia. 7. MuseScore music notation software. 8. Audacity, audio editing software. 9. Handbrake, video converter. 10. Zotero reference manager. 11. Desmos, online graphing calculator. 12. Calibre ebook management software. 13. Notepad++, text editor for Windows. 14. Stud.io Lego simulator. 15. Everything instant file search software. 16. Latex typesetting system, document preparation system. 17. Internet Archive, collection of music, movies, books, software, games, and web pages. 18. Linux, Apache, HTTP server, PostgreSQL, and GCC, the GNU compiler collection, various Linux-based operating systems, web servers, and compilers. 19. Discord, chat, voice, and communication software. 20. OBS Studio, open broadcaster software, streaming and recording software. 21. Krita, digital painting and illustration software. 22. R programming language, software for statistics and data analysis. 23. pfSense, firewall and router software. 24. TrueNAS, formerly FreeNAS file server software. 25. GIMP, GNU image manipulation program, digital image editor. 26. OpenSCAD, script-based 3-dimensional modeling software. 27. Malwarebytes, malware protection software. 28. Unity, game engine and development platform. 29. Draw.io, diagrams.net online diagramming software. 30. Paint.net, image and photo editor for Windows. 31. DraftSite, free computer-aided design software. 32. 7-Zip, file archiving utility. 33. Plex, media server and streaming access software. 34. LibreOffice, office document editing suite. 35. KeePass, password manager. 36. DaVinci Resolve, video editing and color correction software. 37. Inkscape, vector graphics editor. 38. Google Apps, Google Document Suite including Docs, Sheets, and Gmail. 39. Duolingo, language learning app. 40. Darktable, photo workflow and raw developer similar to Adobe Lightroom. 41. MPD, music player Daemon and Mopedy, free and open source music server software. 42. Doom Shareware, classic game originally distributed on a 3.5-inch floppy disk. Story 94. The Honey app saved me a lot on various purchases. Story 95. I do not doubt there is an actual resource for this. If you search your textbook name plus portable document format, you will most likely find it for free in your browser. I had one required textbook this semester. I found the portable document format, did not read more than 2 chapters, and received a B in the class. It would have been $100 wasted if I had not checked for a free portable document format. Story 96. Alternative 2. Enter a program name such as Photoshop and it will list GNU image manipulation program, Microsoft Paint, and other alternatives, some paid and some free. Search for an open source project and add the word awesome to find curated lists of related tools. Trustpilot provides a browser plugin with site ratings that indicate scam or safe. OpenDNS, a domain name system service, allows site blocking to be configured on the router for whole home filtering. It was recently bought by Cisco. Privacy Tools and Prism Break list free open source alternatives and generally advise against OpenDNS, but OpenDNS offers useful filters for average users. Use decentralized storage such as the Interplanetary File System instead of Google Drive or Dropbox. Thingiverse hosts free open three-dimensional printable objects. Story 97. I have this bookmarked for certifications. Owner, Lalmatia. Gemologist certification from the Gemological Institute of America. Dog psychologist training. Medical terminology certification for the Certified Medical Assistant exam from the American Association of Medical Assistants. Boating safety certificate. Maryland only. Interpreter certification. Beer judging certification. Lactation consultant certification. Structured query language quiz and training. Career readiness certificate from ACT. Purchasing certification. Piping design certification. Hazardous materials certificate. Powered actuated tool license. Accredited boating license in Canada. Costs Canadian dollars. Notary public appointment process. Alberta. X-Series courses. Certification courses from various accredited universities. Project Management Professional Certification from the Project Management Institute. Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System Training, Canada. Fall Arrest Training and Hazardous Materials Transportation Training, Canada. Active Listening Certificate from 7 Cups of Tea. Google Apps Certification. Knight or Dane title from Sealand. Unicorn Hunting List Item. Various online certificate programs. Beer Server Certification from Cicerone. Management and Leadership Certification. Cardiopulmonary Resuscitation Course. Pokemon Professor Certification. Magic the Gathering Judge Certification. Forensic Consultant Training. Powder Actuated Tool Certification. Free classes and resources from multiple online course providers, OpenCourseWare, and university course lists. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.